Oh my goodness.
I am back to recording. Hello, everyone. We have the one and only Clark Kendall with us today. Clark, I don't know how to make Zoom go live to Facebook anymore, so unfortunately we won't have a bigger crowd.
Oh, no sweat. That's no worries. Or if you want to put a post on there, Facebook, glad whoever we have is here and carved out the time. For sure.
I did go live this morning and remind them, and they got email reminders. So hopefully we have some more joining us while we get started here.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Anything to touch on before we get going? Or?
No, I think we touched on everything. I asked if anybody had issues. They said no. So I'm hoping that they're saving their questions and maybe trying to ask the expert. Thank you so much for teaching this. It would be so difficult to greet everyone walking in and answer the phone while teaching. So I genuinely appreciate this.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, I know we're kind of open topic here, so I do hope to provide value for something for you all. You might have seen this whether on KWConnect.com or maybe in an email that you received. So we're actually going to be focusing on the quarterly magazine, the personally branded magazine that has been created for each and every one of you all. And it'd probably be easiest, Elysse, if you want to make me co-host to share screen, or oh no, I can share. Never mind.
Hey, I could do that.
I take it back.
I can do what I'm supposed to do.
No worries. No worries. So if you were not aware, you do have a personally branded magazine within Designs that Keller Williams creates every single quarter for you. So this one came out maybe 2 weeks ago or so. So not only am I going to share with you how to create that magazine, I'm actually going to share a tool with you that's outside of Command, but pretty nifty. So just as a little teaser and to keep you here with us, let me make sure I find my favorite, one of my GIFs I made to demonstrate this. Is it here? Where'd my GIF go? Bear with me. Is that it? My gift went. I got a lot of GIFs, you all. I'm kind of a GIF fiend. I just like to create a lot of these. So is this the one? Sort of like it. Yep. That's okay. We'll end up posting this here. So let me go ahead and share the screen here and we'll get rolling. Has anybody seen the quarterly magazine just yet? Possibly, maybe not. No worries. Okay.
We shared it. Sorry, we shared it during the sales meeting.
Okay.
And Jenna, I'm already recording this for you. I'll have it uploaded to YouTube within an hour after we're done.
Cool. So, well, I mean, we can also pivot. I was going to do a walkthrough how to quickly make that magazine, but wanted to take it a notch up. So I love that you already mentioned it because it does need to be mentioned. Super leverage for you all and helpful. So do a walkthrough. Does that sound good, Elysse?
That would be fabulous because our sales meeting was last Wednesday, so I haven't taught a class since. So okay. This would be fabulous.
All right. Also, it's like, hey, here's this magazine, and now we get to show you how to do it. Cool. All right. So while where we actually find this magazine, it is in Designs. All right. So that is the third from the bottom icon within Command. So hit the little red square here, and then on Designs. Of course, as soon as we go into Designs, this is going to be the spot where any templates or designs you made previously will be easily accessible. All right, so this is email, social media designs, print designs, and video. So we're not focused on anything we created. We're going to create this new for the first time. So to do that, there's this big plus button here in the bottom right-hand corner, okay, down here. And so we're going to click on plus. I do not want that, thanks. And we are going to click on print. All right. Now, here's the good news. Even though this is the intent is to be a printed magazine, all right, we're actually going to digitize this. All right. So stay with me if you think, okay, I know what this magazine already looks like, or I know what it is. Where we're going to get to is, so I'm going to put a pause here because this will be important to do. Let me go to my spot here, and I believe this is my spot. Yep. So here's essentially what we're going to create. We know how to make our magazine, or at least show you how to get the magazine customized for you in Command. Okay. What we're also going to do is digitize that magazine instead of just sending out a PDF in an email fashion, or upload the link to your Facebook business page for a PDF, whatever. We're actually going to really make this clean for free and interactive. So yeah, we have the magazine here, and for free, we're going to be able to kind of create this fun little interactive turn page style digital magazine. Because while this magazine is very, very cool and instant leverage, the articles are created for you. We just changed a couple of pictures and logos, which will show you how to do. Print costs money, right? And so the reason why I want to show this is lead with revenue. We can digitize this magazine completely for free and have it look really clean, which takes it a little bit of a level up from a PDF, right? It gives that magazine feel, and we could even pitch it as green friendly, which is important as well, right? So save money and save the earth. Why not? So that's where we're going to get to today, just to give you a little teaser, but we're going to go back into Command here. And so we hit the plus button in the bottom right-hand corner. We're going to click on print and then hit next. We're not going to import any photos. You don't have to check this box. This isn't just for a specific listing. We're going to go ahead and hit next. And it's going to take us into our designs editor. All right. So while we're here real quick, I will mention this. I have already uploaded some of my headshots and logos. That makes this really easy and fast for me. I'm not going to know that you can do some of this work that's easy to bring the headshots and logos in prior to building your first design. So if you go under, yeah. Sorry,
you uploaded your headshots and your logos through your marketing.
Some of that will come over.
Profile?
Some of it will come over. However, because that most of those logos are very small, so in our marketing profile, it says 360 by 360 is recommended. For some of these designs, you're going to want to upload a higher quality. And so when to do that, you wouldn't do that. Yes, you want to do that in the marketing profile. That's a must. However, for the higher quality designs that we're going to create here under brand assets, this is where you have a lot. You can build out your whole marketing collateral. You have your colors and fonts. If there's a certain color you like to use on your brand, or if you want the specific KW color, the 180, 11 RGB, you can use that and always have it at your ready. You can upload your logos here. You'll notice I got my Market Center logo, my team logo, and of course here under images, a couple of headshots. So all this you can upload here. And as long as they're here under your brand assets, they're going to be really easy to access later. Okay, and it's really super easy to upload these. Once you click on the images, oops, not a folder, don't want that. You can make folders, but just upload, find it on your computer, Dropbox, Google Drive, wherever it might be, and it'll be there, okay? So just know, if you're wondering, hey, I'm in designs, but I'm not seeing my headshots, yes, they might be in the marketing profile. At least I'm glad you mentioned that, because you'll want to upload these into brand assets for the higher quality. All right. So let's get to making our design here. We are under templates, and then I'm going to go under lead generation. The lead generation topic here, I'm going to click under, or click on personally branded zine. All right. So locate this. This is going to be important moving forward. If this is part of your touch program for your database, this is why we're doing this, right? Or maybe farming for your neighborhood. This is where every single new edition, every quarterly release will be held. The New Beginnings was the first quarter magazine, and Planting Roots is our second one. All right. So here under personally branded zine, we're going to click on the most recent one, which is Use. This is going to take us into the editor. All right. Or actually pull that template in for us to begin editing. So know this about this design, and I'm going to zoom in just a bit to make it easier for us. There we go. Right now it's a blank slate, okay? The way you treat this personally branded magazine, and also listing presentations, buyer consultations, those are also full out packets, just like this magazine that you can make in designs. You're going to choose what you want to compile your publication, okay? So a note here, if you are going to bring this, if you're going truly to print this, all right? So if you're not going to go the digital route, the cool free way we're going to show you, then, and you are going to print it, most printers will say, hey, we need these in pages of 4, because that's just how they do booklet style, right? And lots of 4, so just be aware of that. So 4, 8, 12, 16, right? Doing in those different numbers, you would have to have those certain pages in groups of, and multiples of 4. So let's go ahead and start building this. I will I'm going to shoot for 16 pages on this just for an example. And I'm going to begin with a cover, right? So if I wanted to use this cover page, which is obviously what we want to do for this magazine, all I have to do is scroll over here and know that if you just click on it, that's going to give you a preview. Okay, this isn't really going to add to your whole entire magazine. So even though we see on the right-hand side, to get a gauge of what I've really built out on my magazine, there's this little pages drop down, and I should say drop up or scroll up, and it'll show you all the pages that you compiled. So you can always check here to see, okay, what pages have I created, and even reorder these, which is handy. Yet right now, this is not part of my magazine. I have to hit this plus button. The same for listing presentations or flyers that you create. You have to hit add page. It's important. All right, so now we've got our first true page here, and that's our cover. Now you'll notice here that we are currently on page 2 of 2. By default, there's always a blank page. Oh, that's funny, it actually added there. There's actually a blank page. It should be blank. So if you ever are in error, or you want to get rid of that blank page, that actually did copy my first one, strange enough. You want to get rid of that and hit the trash can icon, all right? So that makes sure we just have the one page that we need going forward. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to choose my 16 pages, or you don't have to choose 16 if you're digitizing this. You can make it 7 if you want, it doesn't matter. But we're going to choose the pages that we want. So from here, I'm going to go, this is a little note, a note specifically from you that you can customize. So I'll go ahead and add that one. You'll notice here it's adding all my pages down here. We're not editing this just yet. Here's a quarterly number review that we can put in there for some housing stats, or maybe specifically my stats. Here's our first article. It says all smiles at the offer table. I'm going to add this first page of the article. And there's a second page of this article. So already we're up to 5 pages that we've added here. See, 5 out of 5, getting all these together. I could do a little additional value proposition page, a little highlight of my business. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to bypass this one, because I would say, and you can use both. However, if I've got a little note from the agent team, then maybe I could consider that same note, or maybe just use this one instead. So not that they're exactly the same purpose, but just to show you, I don't have to use all these. I'm going to skip this one. Here's a client testimonial page that we can add here. So we're up to page 6. Here's the second article, top home decor trends to try. So we'll add that first page of that article, second page of the article, third page. Now by this time you might have asked yourself, goodness, what if I just want to use it all? Is there a way to add all these pages all at once? No, there's not a button to add all these pages on the left-hand side to your magazine. Right now we're just adding and choosing which ones purposely. Okay. So here's what I also really like about this magazine is if you've had a listing or multiple listings, you can include these. There's a page just for your featured listings. So I'm going to add this featured listing page as well, and we're up to 10. Here's another article that says increase your home value with these tweaks. So I'll add that one. Second page of that article. Now here's another featured listings page that doesn't include just one property. It's set out into highlight 6, right? So I'm going to add this one as well, just in this example. There is one more agent preview page here that you can put in here to just again, market yourself. It's just a little ask an agent. What is maybe a specific question that you want to present to your magazine that you want to answer? You can customize that question and provide your expertise answer. That's why I kind of like this page. Last piece here is choosing one of these pages for the app. All right, you don't probably want to put both of these in here. One says or you could insert your URL on there, or you could put in the just a visualization that this is on the Google Play and App Store. I do like the second one more. So I'm going to add this one. All right. So right now I'm at 15 of 15 pages. And again, we'll go through a few of these, show you how to edit them. We're not going to edit all these today, just to give you enough to show you how to maneuver and to feel comfortable in making your changes here. And for sure, let me double check the chat to make sure. Okay, yeah, that was just a question on the recording. So right now we have 15 out of 15 pages. I did say I would get you 16, right? So I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's go ahead and add in this real value, real experience page here. I could put another featured listing page in here. There's no problem with that. Well, actually, let me do that. I did show you that one featured listing pages. I can actually add this another time. And great, as you'll notice, they're in the sequence in which I added them to this magazine.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Elysse.
Okay, so my mind, I'm always thinking about how I can get our vendors into things like this. Mm-hmm. Can we create our own page? Like if we wanted to put Great American Title Company on a feature for a page?
That's a really good question. I believe so. How would we do that? If we just added a blank page, that's really, I don't know how we would best add one from maybe a different design. I don't think I've been asked that question.
I asked a good one.
Yeah. Your best bet might be to utilize one of these pages.
Yeah.
Just, like maybe it's ask an agent. You could say our trustee vendor or something to that effect. So let's take page 16 out. I just did want to demonstrate. Let's say we're going to put 2 featured listing pages on here. Right, so I got one at page 10, one at page 16. Know that you can alter all the order of these. Right, so I can customize this. But being as we got one, let's go ahead and say, yeah, you know what? I don't want 2 featured listings in there. Let's highlight a vendor. And I'll use this page that's Ask an Agent as my vendor. Or it might be best, you could use maybe, instead of success stories, you could put a couple vendors in here, just changing the wording on there. So let's go ahead and use this one, and we'll put it at the end. All right, so we'll go all the way here. And it did add it. Oh, I didn't hit the plus button, did I? Or did I? That's strange. We delete that one because it added that extra featured listings. I want to add this one to the end. Maybe I hit the wrong button. I did. Okay. So yes, I'm thinking maybe if you want to change this, just end up changing, our favorite vendor instead of saying here. Here's why I love designs, is because I am no marketer. Like the words and the designs and everything and just arrest me. So I just love being here. So you could probably think of better wording here, and no judgment if you could think of something better here. Our say trusted resource, right? I don't know, or plumbing contractor, whatever you want to put in there. But you can change this to where that is, probably want to change a little bit of the size here to reflect it fitting to where it doesn't. There we go. So maybe something to that effect. A little off there. You could tweak a few things, move it around if you wanted. But something like that. All right. You can put a picture in there. I would use what you got. I wouldn't go creating a whole different page or trying to figure out how to get one of your other pages in here. Just use what you have, especially because there's so many different designs here. Good question. All right. Come on now. Thanks. Did save. And why did it not save my changes? Bear with me. Okay. All right. So to go back at the beginning, you kind of saw how I could quickly edit that, and that was just to answer Lisa's question there. But you do want to be purposeful in going through every single one of these pages and making sure that there's not something on there that you need to fill in or something that you don't want. So read this, all right? Because you will possibly have a client, if you send this out to a lot of folks, like, hey, I love this article. I love tip number 7 on how to increase my home value. Oh yeah, tip number 7. What was that? So we have page 1 here, and notice that there are pages that have logos that we do want to replace. Now, what I love about designs is if I click on a logo or an image or anything, it does take me directly to the icon here on the far left-hand side to corresponds with what I need to replace this with. All right, so this DBA name, it's very generic. If I want to choose my Market Center logo, I'll just use the Keller Williams Realty West here. If I had chosen this, then I want to hit this little refresh button that says replace logo, and boom, my Market Center logo is there. I can resize it if I want, and I've quickly replaced it. All right, so then here on the far right-hand side, we do want to not keep agent first name, last name. We'll just go ahead and put our name in there and select the office name, or you can get rid of the office name if you wanted. You could even put your email underneath here, whatever you want to do. But we'll just go with the office name here. And so notice as you're changing some of these text boxes, you might have to finagle a little bit, like, oh, I don't like how the West is on that second page. Well, no problem. You do have these, I'll zoom in here, this ability to resize. So if I did this, it would actually resize the whole text itself. So what we're really looking to do with these little sidebars here, this will lengthen it to where you can get Keller Williams Realty West all on one line there. So you can alter these fairly easily. And I'm going to also minimize this. So right, again, titles, planning routes, it does have the names of the articles at the bottom. So if you choose not to include one of those articles, you want to change this front cover that's acting as a preview of what's inside. All right. Let's move on to the next page. This one's done, right? Just in that quick fashion, I've changed the logo and the name. When we go to the next page, it would be rinse and repeat, right? So anywhere that has a logo, I'm going to click on the logo. I'm going to replace it. Done and done. A note from agent team. Put in here Clark Kendall. And you'll notice here that there is some specific branding here. You see a headshot and also a logo. All right. Now I haven't loaded the transparent logo for the team yet. So this might look a little bit off, which is okay. To show you how we can manipulate this to make it look where we want. Bear with me here. There we go. To change your headshot, when I clicked on this, again, it shows images for me. You see the headshot here. I could just hit replace, and you notice that it cut me off a little bit at the top there. No worries. If I double click on this, I can move this picture around to where it doesn't cut my head off, and make sure we hit done at the top here. Okay. So again, this is really easy to kind of take what Keller Williams marketing team's already given you and to change it for yourself. And then we have the logo here. I'm going to replace this with my logo, and notice that this logo, as it's replaced, it's a square logo, so it didn't really fit that more elongated, that longer logo that was there. And again, that's no worries. I can probably resize this a little bit if I wanted. It might be a little smaller, or I could even put it here on the right-hand side. However I want to manipulate this. This wouldn't be the logo I choose because this is a white background. If at all possible, use a logo that has what we call a transparent background. You won't have this white framing behind it, okay? But again, if I wanted to put this here and kind of mimic what was previously there, you can kind of see I'd have to resize that there. Or, hey, this is kind of getting in the way. This spot here is actually for team members. If you do have a team and you want to put them in there as well. However, say this is for me as a solo agent, I'm going to get rid of this. Just hit delete after you've selected it. Then I can make this a little bit larger if I choose. All right. So a lot of ways to change this, change the look. And the good news is anything that you do, let's say, like, I didn't like what I just did. It just doesn't look as good, all right? Or I just want to get back to where I was. You do have this undo button at the top, all right? So every step you do, you can undo, or you say like, nope, you know what? It did look better the way I just changed it. You can hit redo, go back, or go forward to what you've done, all right? So also know that in some of these articles, you do want to read them, all right? Because, and we're these pages, especially this one, because this is a letter from you as the agent, right? A note from Clark Kendall. You'll notice in here that, oops, what's the wrong spot there? Here it says it made it flexible to where, okay, and also instructive to where you need to either personalize this for an individual or a team. So here you'll notice, sorry, it's messing with me here. I'm going to zoom in this way. All right. And it says in this issue of my or our, well, being as I'm taking the solo agent approach here, I'm going to change that to my. And then there's another one down here at the bottom, I am, we are. So I'm going to change that. Come on. To I am. All right. And down here again, it says name, team name, number, all this. Again, You want to read through all this, make sure that you can change everything that you need to. Sorry, mouse is being a little wonky today. I don't know if it's my new tool there or not. Okay. Phone number, email address, all that, or I could just simply delete what I don't want. All right. Any questions so far about editing these pages from the field? And best practice, read through all this, make sure you're happy with everything that's here. Page 3, I'll just run through a couple of them and give you some highlights. I think it's pretty evident how we can change these. This one is a numbers page. So if you have, if you want to put a neighborhood or zip code or city, you can change this here. It doesn't have to be just a neighborhood. And you can also change every single one of these stats. So whether you pull it from your own MLS, if you all, I don't know if y'all have InfoSparks. I think some of y'all might have InfoSparks within the MLS tools.
I don't think I've taught them how to do that. So if you guys want to know how to use InfoSparks, I will make sure that I record a separate video outside of this. I'll do a little Loom video and then upload it to the YouTube channel so that you guys can get the reports that he's getting ready to talk about.
Yeah, it's super cool for sure. Yeah, we use InfoSparks quite a bit. So again, this could be neighborhood market snapshot. It says company here. You could put Keller Williams Realty West or your business. It doesn't have to be the neighborhood. It doesn't have to be Keller Williams, your market center. You can adjust these as you want. You could put here the entire MLS. You could also put here's my stats that are better than MLS. All right. We can make this a language of real estate page here. All right. So really easy to change all this again. If the number of homes were sold were 56. All this changes, no problem. Right? I could even make it a little larger if I wanted to. If I click on a text here, you do have some tools at the top. So if I wanted to make this, say, size 20 and really have it pop, I could do that. And there's also some colorings, italicize, underlining stuff, all the normal text tools that we use when doing Word docs. All right. So that page, again, is identifying, giving them real estate, communicating that you're the local economist of choice, right? Next one here, these articles. The first edition of the first quarter magazine, you were actually unable to change, I believe, unless they changed it recently. When it first was released, you couldn't change the article. However, you can now change the content of this article. And again, it's the same process as going in here and clicking and changing it. But again, read through, making sure there's no I or we statements in there. We're pretty good on this first one here for this article. If I go to the next page, you'll notice here, no I or we statements here. You can read through this, but we definitely want to change anything that has somebody's picture. That's where we should be. So updating the headshot there, no problem. Coming in, changing the name. Phone number, website, all this stuff, right? Just read through and say, where do I need to put my information at? I don't want to drive home this point to exhaustion. So just know that the change other pieces, it's very, very similar, right? Just going in here and making these changes. You'll have to get obviously client testimonials on this page. This one, I don't know if there's anything to change on this. I don't believe there's anything necessary to change on this article. The Ask an Agent, of course, you would want to change. You would want to change. I do want to get to the featured listings page because I want to show you something cool there. Okay, so this is the page that we brought in that were hottest spring listings. Now, maybe you don't have any listings currently yourself. It's possibly an option to ask the market center or ask some top agents if you're going to put out this magazine. Hey, I'd love to be able to highlight your listings, get more eyes on it, and bring some buyers. Kind of the same process of doing an open house for some of our agents, right? You're doing marketing for that agent or that team for the opportunity to generate some leads for yourself. Same concept, same purpose there. So here, what I love about Designs and how it integrates with every single MLS, right? So none of these are obviously listings that we're going to utilize. Here on the far left-hand side, you have this KWLS button. I'm going to change this back. You have this KWLS button on the far left-hand side. We can bring in listing information, photos, property descriptions in really, really quick fashion. So anybody have a listing at all to share? Or a home that they did an open house for, or they showed for a buyer or previewed for themselves, become an expert? Anybody have one of those to share? Any takers? No worries, we can find one. So I'll use this example. All right, I was actually just looking at this home now. 240 Morgan Trail. Now this is Santa Rosa Beach, so bear with me. Let me select this. I'm gonna search for this address within my design and show you how cool this is. Where did I go away? Oh, there we go. So when I click on the KWS, and the default here is the search for a listing. If I type in, it does default the listing address as well. If I search for this, it will bring up, hopefully here, this is actually a brand new listing. So I wonder, 39, 240, there it is. 240 Morgan's Trail. So here's a listing I'm looking for. So if I click on this listing or I select this listing, it's going to automatically bring in the photos in MLS. Now this is brand new. It's like just on the market, so there's not a lot of photos on here. Yet it's just as easy to search for the property and bring the photos in, so you don't have to download from the MLS or download from anywhere else, upload from your Dropbox. If it's in the MLS, it's going to be here. Anything you put in the MLS will be on this KWS. So just like we showed here, if I chose, I want to put this front picture of the home here. Whoops, wrong button. I would click here and then hit replace image, and it'll put it right in there perfectly. Notice that if I click on this home right here, it is going to add a big overlay on it. That's not what we necessarily want to fit in here, right? To choose to fit in this little frame that they've made it look really nice on this page, hit the refresh button, right? It's just that easy. Not that I would want to do this for all of them, but you get the idea. As I look up more listings, I can replace them. You do have some listing details in here. So if it's maybe a listing you're not familiar with, like, oh yeah, how many beds is this home? And right here we see it's 4 bed, 3 baths. So I can come in here. I'll zoom in a little bit. This one already is, oh, that's not. Change this to 4 bed, 3 baths. I can change the price. It's $550. All right, so come in here and 550, change the square feet, just like we normally would. All right. So just to show you that there's almost everything that you need to make this design. If you uploaded your logos and headshots to that brand assets where I showed you all, almost everything is here that you need just to dive in here and stay, right? Other than me having to look up that address, I haven't left this tab, right? Which is super efficient and time saver for you. Okay. Last piece here I'll add. If you do use this personal branded page, you do want to put in your specific link for your app. However, I would recommend the other page. Actually, I wanted to use the other one instead. So let me go back because I like it showing that it's on either app store. So let me add that one and move this one to replace. I'm going to delete this one. Yes. I actually like, if you're ever going to print these, I kind of like this app one being on the back page, right? Something that's directing them to download your app. So, okay. Any questions about editing this magazine? We didn't go through every single page, but I think we got the gist of how to make basic edits. There's always more fancy things you can do in there, yet that should allow you to do everything you need to do to personalize this, to make it look like you want. Any questions before I move on and then to fully digitize this? Okay. If you have anything in the chat, feel free to put it in there. I don't want to have your questions go unanswered. So let's say our design is done. We've got all 16 pages here and we want to digitize this. Now, when you move forward, you do want to download this as a PDF if you're wanting to get that nice little slick look that I showed you here. So if you hit download at the top here and click on get PDF, all right, you could probably get away with standard web quality for what we're going to do. And if you're going to actually send this to the printers, you would want to use high resolution print quality, but we're just going to use standard print quality. We're going to download all pages. I'm going to hit start download. So what this is going to do, it's going to create a a PDF. It's going to take about 10 or 15 seconds for it to actually download. But we're just taking this PDF, and then again, instead of sending this to somebody, emailing them just a PDF, right? Because now you see this is done, and this isn't. I mean, yeah, it's great content, great articles. It highlights me as the agent. That's awesome, and yet it's a PDF just like anything else. We're looking to wow any consumers, our sphere of influence, to take it up another level, right? So granted, this PDF looks clean, great, it was super easy. Let's move forward, and I want to share this link with you, and I'll put this here first in the chat. Actually, I'll just put it this way, but it's fliphtml5.com, okay? And I'm going to copy that and put it in the chat for you. So fliphtml5.com is free 99. And there's some ways to upgrade it. I think if you upgrade, you get the ability to see how many people clicked on it, how long they flipped through the magazine, probably not what you want to begin with. But if you go to fliphtml5 and register, you see I'm already logged in here. You want to get to your home page here. All right. I think you get a total of 20 gigabytes of storage, which is quite a bit for some PDFs. So how large was that one size? I don't know how long it was. But that's quite a bit of storage for free that you can begin to digitize. So let's say you've created your account, all right? So create your free account. You want to be here on the home page. And then from here, we're going to go to My Flips, all right? So you'll see I've already been working in here a little bit. You can create folders to organize all this. I've got just one basic default folder here I'll click on. And then, now you'll notice I've trained on this quite a bit because I'm excited about this. I love training on this because it's so cool. We're going to hit add a new book. All right. So again, the first time I did this literally took me 5 minutes. And the thing that took me the most time was actually just registering, getting my free account. Right? So once you're here, again, we're under My Flips, the default folder, add a new book. Then we're going to upload our PDF. There's the design I just downloaded. I'm telling you, 20 gigs, like this is only 20 megabytes. That's, I don't know, somebody math friendly could tell me how many quarterly magazines this would be, but I'll go ahead and upload this. And while this is uploading, you do want to change your title. All right. So this would be where, when you communicate this, you'll notice when I first, maybe it didn't show it perfectly the first time. But you do want to make sure you change this to where it's something about you and your magazine, whether it's a spring one. So put in here, Clark Kendall Realty, spring 21 magazine. All right, something to that effect. The description you can put in here, check out some great articles and local real estate stats, whatever you want to put in there. That's really not as important as the title here, and I'll show you why. I'll put in here, Clark Kendall, yeah, it'll be fine. So from here, you don't have to put anything else in here. Just know that Flip HTML5, like people run businesses out of this. I mean, they create digital magazines and try to sell them. They'll make web pages for them and just make a business out of it. We're just providing this for free. So don't worry about keywords or any categories, any labels. We're just looking to upload this, which is already done, and get a link to share out. So once we've got our title in here, move to apply, and it's done. All right. So what I want to do here now, I'll actually change my description to there. I'm going to allow you all to test this out. Up in the top right-hand corner here, you've got the little 3 circle button. That's the share button that we might be familiar with. There's a QR code if you want to put it on an open house flyer. That'd be cool. I don't know, business card, whatever you want to do here. But this QR code is specifically for this magazine and will take them to this link. So I'm going to put this in the chat, allow you all to check it out yourselves. It is legit. It's live already. It's in the interwebs now for everyone to see. And I'll use this link on a new window. Show you because I'm not logged in this window here. And you'll notice there right before it started, it said, hey, this is Clark Kendall Realty Spring 21 magazine. Now for the free version, there will be an ad at the bottom here. And it's just like any ad that you're on a magazine, as folks are following you on Facebook and everywhere else. So it's going to put ads out there that are of interest to them. So, but this is ready. All right, if you clicked on the link in the chat, You might have it on a browser open right now, and you can do the same exact thing that I'm doing right now. All right. So we have our magazine that's, yes, intended to be printed. We have this now really clean, fun, interactive look. I mean, everything I'm moving on my mouse, it's being responsive to, and takes it definitely a notch up from your plain PDF that they scroll through, right? And that's my opinion. What do you agree? Does that look better than a PDF?
I'm so excited about this. Every person that's walked by me for like the last 20 minutes has heard about what we're doing.
It's cool. It's really cool. And all of it's free. So you can get really creative from here, right? If you've got that link, you can post it to your Facebook business page, or even message it to your sphere of influence on Facebook Messenger. You can build out a smart plan where you text it through Twilio automatically, or you can manually text it to your database. There's so many, I mean, just whatever else you can do in Command through your business, you can just use that link for. You can create an email design and say, hey, check out my magazine. There's other ways to make this more fancy, but again, just doing this and being able to communicate it is definitely an eye opener for a lot of folks. So, and it's something different that they haven't gotten before. So, I don't know how many people are doing these fun little flip magazines. So.
That's awesome. You guys, you could also do like a walkthrough of how to use this magazine as a YouTube video to help build your content there, or like on Facebook Watch. That's going to help build your sphere of influence that's interactive, and it's also going to help get your clients to experience this for you.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. One of the things I did to highlight this for a couple, for my market center when we first came out with this, I did a screen recording and converted that into a GIF. So I could take that GIF and then put it in an email and also on Facebook. You'll see here, as I pitched it last time. Oops, that's because I'm not in Facebook. But if we go here, and this also gives me to a good point to share something else fun with you all. Bear with me here. This is my Market Centers page. Where's the fun little thing we did? We post a lot on here. Trying to show you all what I created with my little GIF. If you can screen record and then turn it into a GIF, you can also make a fun little, bear with me, hopefully y'all aren't getting nauseous. There we go. So here's the, that was the last one. Bear with me. That was the repost. There we go. So to kind of highlight this, right, or say, hey, check out this magazine. I just did a little GIF recording, put it in there on a post. So yeah, a couple of different ways, tools you can use to do that. Yet if you get it, you maybe dove in this world before. It's pretty easy to do just by screen record and turn it into a GIF. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So did you just screen record with Loom?
Did I do that? Yep, I did.
Okay.
I screen record with Loom, which then you can download as an MP4. It's really easy to download from Loom, right? So from there, another free tool for y'all extra savvy folks is Capwing. So if you go to Capwing, I think this is what I created out of. I created a lot of GIFs with this kind of stuff. I think all those are locked. Oh, it's because they're older. So yeah, if I have my MP4, then I can upload this. Do I have an MP4 that's small here? Yeah, one way or another I did it. But you can upload any MP4 in Capwing, and then when you go to export it, it can export as a GIF. So Capwing's free too. I mean, there's always upgrades, sell-ups, and stuff like that, but I haven't paid for that before. So I like Capwing. It's really easy to use to create GIFs. You can create GIFs of different images. So you can upload videos, you can upload images, make your own GIFs. It's fun. I think what they've changed their pricing here, because before I was able to access all these. I think they're only available for like a certain amount of days, because now these are locked up and they want me to pay to get them back. But I downloaded them, so yep, fun stuff. Okay, any questions? We went through a lot of fun techie stuff there real quick of getting our design in the magazine, editing it, downloading, and uploading into Flip HTML5. Anybody else have any questions or thought? Oh, there's a question here. Is there any simple?
I had a question, and I meant to say MP4, and I put MPF. So
Oh, no worries.
no, don't want to confuse you there. But is there anything free that you use that would take our like my photographer sends me my stuff in Dropbox, and I take that MP4, and our MLS is really strict on if we do a video and add it into the MLS, if it takes them to our page on YouTube or anything like that, they police us. So I'm looking for something simple. Anything?
Trying to think this through well. Have they shut down Vimeo?
No, Vimeo is still available, but it's not free.
Right, up to a certain amount.
Now, our board does allow us to post it to the YouTube channel and post that URL to the MLS. It just can't be branded.
Can't be branded. I think I remember us having a conversation about that, Elysse. Yeah. Or maybe it was, I can't remember. I had the conversation. I remember this now for y'all.
I can give you an example. I'm just wondering if this video is showing up branded. I haven't been policed yet, but
oh yeah. If you want to put in the chat or I can look elsewhere.
It's well, I mean, I was just gonna say I can get the YouTube for you maybe, or just give you the address so it can be looked up in
Zillow or Realtor.
Yeah, it can be looked up in our MLS, and then we can see what you all see.
Video tour. Yep.
See me at the top?
I do.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a fit.
They might.
This is fine.
Oh.
From what I understand. Now, I think there is a way, Jenna, that you and I can take that down if you're super concerned about that.
Well, I've already sold the house, but I just don't want to. I don't want to get in trouble. I mean, it's already under contract. I'll put it that way. It's not sold.
Yeah, because it will redirect there. I mean, I don't know if you can make a generic.
I think we can just make it to where it takes it completely away.
Yeah, my only other thought would be if they don't catch it, if you put something in like that's not. I'm trying to think through this. If you don't put your name in there or you don't mention anything about your business, if it's just. And that may not that you want to create a channel for every single address. That would be quite a bit.
No, but you could call it unbranded real estate videos, and that could be the channel. And like, you probably get a bunch of you probably maybe even make that profitable.
I was gonna say I mean Shauna, she's like, there's some way you can take this and I've been all through this daggum YouTube and make it not link to your page, and I've tried to figure out everything possible and I haven't figured it out.
Have it linked to your page.
I mean, I unpublished it, I made it private, I did everything and went back and checked it, and it still had my picture and my name in there. I just like to be compliant because I hate when they police me.
Did you check it incognito or did you check it as you? Because if you checked it as you, it's probably going to always show it to you.
Actually, I did not do incognito. Were you incognito, Clark?
He's never looked for it before.
Yeah, but either way, yeah, it would show up even that way. The way it showed up on mine would be showing up for you all in incognito.
Okay. I just don't want anybody else to have this issue. It's no fun.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I like free, so I stick with YouTube if I can.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. My only thought would be that, change the name of or maybe create a new YouTube account to where it doesn't mention your name. Nobody that visits that site can redirect it back to you. And well, you probably don't want to brand it the name of your local MLS. But maybe if you name the YouTube channel, and again,
we might just start a KW YouTube channel, maybe. I don't know if that would be. where we can all put all of our.
Well, we already have the Keller Williams Lake of the Ozarks one. That's where all of my trainings get posted.
I just meant for our videos for our listings.
Sure.
I don't know. Might be something. We'll put some thought into it. Great minds can create and do anything, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I got a couple other ideas, but I mean, the cheapest option might be $5 a month that I'm thinking of, and it's not really intended for that. It might be a workaround, but.
Okay, anything you come up with, we'll look at that too.
Okay. Yeah. Elysse, had I showed you Notion before?
No.
Notion.
What is Notion?
So it's kind of like Evernote, but more. So if you ever been, like, anybody attend, oh, y'all had Ignite going on. But essentially it's a note-taking place that you can also publicize for web pages. So when we had our Greater Heartland Ignite, not that one here. So this is all built out in Notion. What I really like about this is you can actually embed, like for the $5 a month that it is, you can embed videos here and there's no storage limit. So I'll share this link here and also make a little pitch because we do have some trainings later today. So in that page on the chat, this was built out fully in Notion, but you'll notice if I go to the pipeline to profit class that we did, this is, oh, that's actually too low. But I can go down here and embed. So if I find a video that I just uploaded, let me find a quick video here. That's a minute 20, that's an hour and 20. Trying to find a quick one here. I can click and drag a video, my MP4 on this page, and it'll upload it, which this will take a little bit of a while. However, I believe they use Amazon storage here. So my question would be, if we upload it here, if you can get a link that just brings it directly from the Amazon cloud storage. It takes a little while to upload though. I wonder if I got one that's faster or smaller, I should say. But it might be an option. I'm just trying to think through.
Wix is free, but they'll brand the bottom of the website, which may not be a problem since it's not like a real estate branding.
Right. Google Chrome. Try this one. This is going to be a lot faster. Oh, actually, this is where I made it a GIF. All right, so this is one of my GIF fun things. But anyways, this is embedded, and ignore my goofiness. If I copy the link here, that's going to be the link directly there. Sorry, I'm just playing around now. So I think there's a way to get this link. The original. There it is. That's what I was looking for. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't sharing my screen. So in Notion, bear with me here. Here's a page that I built out. All right, so this is our training page that we have. So I just embedded this MP4 at the bottom. All right, and then what I did, I right-clicked and went to View Original. And again, I thought y'all were watching, so I said, excuse my goofiness because I made a little GIF for my MCTTs. At least you probably saw this as well.
I'm sad to say I've never created a GIF, so I will be creating my first one.
That was my fun one. That was my fun little one here. However, this link here at the top, this is, I believe, an MP4. So it makes me wonder if we could just take this link and put it in MLS. If that would, I mean, that's completely unbranded. That's just a legit MP4 file. I wonder if your MLS would take that. You know, a few steps of a workaround, but if they balk at an unbranded YouTube channel, wait a second. Have y'all tried uploading the video in a Google Drive and sharing out the link from there? Does that work?
Yeah, I think that does work, but does it bring people back to more of your Google stuff? That's my question.
No, it won't.
Okay, that's what we need to do. Google Drive it.
There's an article I found on that before. Yep. Yeah, I'll find an article on that because I walked. Sorry, it's been since having that conversation, but yeah, that's happened. We've touched on that before at maybe another market center, but I'll find that article and send it to you, Elysse. Good question. We went long on that one, but that's an important one for y'all. There's a way to do that. I know. I just remembered. So, other questions?
I guess I'll go remove a video.
I'm glad we found a workaround.
And I like these things you shared with us today, Clark. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, you're most welcome. Yeah, I mean,
This was so good.
You can't beat free, right? I mean, it's all there for you. Again, I love it because I could never create anything like that magazine. And
that magazine is beautiful.
It makes it look like you have a team of admins or somebody writing all this for you. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
I'll be up at 1 o'clock in this morning trying to get this done.
You'll be faster than that, I bet. I guarantee
you. Won't be the only one. I was already, this is why I love having two monitors. I was watching Clark and building one at the same time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, y'all most welcome. Yep. Good to see y'all, and let me know if you need anything.
Hey, Clark, if you ever want to come down to the lake, I hear there's a real good hot meal for you.
All right. Yeah, we're starting to open up a little bit more, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's exciting. That's fun.
Thank you so much. Y'all, this will be uploaded to YouTube probably within the hour. And Clark, I will send you a link to this as well. If you guys have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Clark or I, or watch past videos. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. What else? Ding the notification bell so that you get notified. I think I've covered everything that YouTube asks us to. So I'll be around all day at the front desk. If you need me, stop by. We'll work on whatever you got coming.
See y'all.
Bye.
Bye.